Hello everyone, ¿cómo están? BugaLuis PRIME, welcome back to another, match live reaction here on the channel. And today we're going to be starting off, obviously, with Barcelona's last minute win against Cultural Leonesa here on the channel. So, like always, start giving me your questions, ask me everything that you want to know about this game. Certainly, let's start off with the game by its first, and then I'm gonna answer your questions like in the second part of the video. First of all, I'm gonna give you my initial reactions to the game, and the first thing that I want to say is complete recognition to Cultural Leonesa, because they gave us an absolute wonderful game. They gave it all in this game, and I gotta be completely honest with you guys, there were some moments where Cultural Leonesa players, I just went like, wow. And not just once or twice, I just went like, wow, 10 times, because the effort they were putting, the balls they were running to, as well as the plays they were making, it was absolutely superb. And it's really intriguing how a team playing like this can be in the third division of Spanish football and not in the Primera División in La Liga. So, starting off with the game, I'm gonna start off by saying that I was a little bit surprised about the lineup that Valverde went with. The middle of the park was something where I had a little bit of issues. I feel that Vidal, and certainly with Denis Suarez, I understand that, but for me, the exclusion of somebody like a Carles Aleñá or Ricky Puig from the start just really left me with a lot of things to be wanted from. I gotta be honest with you, I thought that one of them, two, was going to start, and none of them did. So I feel that in that sense, I wanted something more, you know? In the forward line, Malcolm and Dembélé was fine. I feel that them two starting was something good to try out. Munir was almost like a given that he was gonna start no matter what. And then the defense was also kind of like given by that. But just the midfield left me with a lot of, a lot of things wanted. Now I'm gonna read some of your comments to see what you want. We have Bart van de Pol, who goes, what do you think of Dembélé's performance? This is something that I'm gonna do a little bit later on. I'm gonna be walking over every single player and I will discuss their performance. We have Henry saying, besides Vidal and Malcolm, none of them did themselves any favors. Now we know why Valverde doesn't play them. And what do you think we should buy with the Piatek? Oh, okay, he's basically asking if I think that Piatek is good enough. Valverde's choices out of 10. So this comes very nice into what you just said. Out of 10, I feel that Valverde, we sort of could give him around a 7. I think that a 7 is good enough. It's not the bad performance of the team. It wasn't like really bad. It's just very clear to what happened. We have a lot of, the substitute players, the players that they don't really know each other and they don't understand how to collaborate all together. And we cannot really expect them to play as a first team, with 9 good passes. They understand the Barcelona philosophy. They kept possession. We had 33 possession in the first half compared to only around 33 that Cultural Leonesa had, or 37. And I think that in that sense, that was good. But you cannot expect them to understand each other naturally. And I think that really saw, because there were some moments in this game where we couldn't string 2 to 3 passes together. And that's really surprising. What is this as bad as the score looks? No, it was very entertaining game. It was very entertaining because it was very fair. And it was very also entertaining to watch. I think that, like I said before, Cultural Leonesa put in a perfect performance for them, and it's actually kind of like unfair that they went out with a 1-0 defeat. I think that Cultural Leonesa could have beaten us. They really could have beaten us on the day if they actually took their chances, but thanks to a man of the match performance from Jasper Cillessen, we were able to go away with a clean sheet. So I'm going to go up now with Barat said, what do you think of Dembélé's performance? I think that Dembélé, the main thing, it's going to sound really weird, but I think that the best thing about Dembélé were his balls. Not his actual balls, but the way he delivered, the passes, the crosses, was absolutely superb. That's something, a part of his game that seems he's been really working on. He had over 2 chances where he passed the ball all over to Juan Miranda, and then Juan Miranda back into the area, and then he headed down by Carles Aleñá, and then Munir missed that, and then obviously for the goal to Lenglet. From those free kicks, he also did very good deliveries, so I think that in that sense, Dembélé was really good. Plus, Dembélé was also good showing on one-on-ones, but still I feel that decision-making in key moments where we need him not to lose the ball is where I think he needs to improve. And some of you are still kind of like concerned that I'm saying this, repeating myself every single time. But if we take a look at people like Neymar, people like Sané, people that replicate the same style of game, playing sense style that Dembele has, you know, being very skillful, they know when to do these skill moves because they understand the situation where they're doing them at. And that's something that I feel Dembele needs to improve just a little bit. So now we're going to go over more of your comments. If I just can get the mouse to work. Okay. Copa del Rey, we have from Henry. We got Copa del Rey rule states that you can only play 4 players from the B team at a time. Besides, we have to satisfy first team players before thinking about other Barcelona B team players. And I agree with that. I really agree with Henry what's saying here. Dembele is a difference maker. Was this as bad as score looks? I already said that. No. When you're going to watch Train to Busan. Shout out Fanana Swag, he's my roommate. Carlos Aleñá, what he's doing in B team, he deserves to fill Messi's shoes right now. His passing is outstanding. We have got a lot of talents in Barcelona B, so why don't we give him chances? I gotta be honest with you, I feel that he needs as well a lot more chances in the first team. But the thing with Carlos Aleñá is that right now in his role, we got such an overflowed midfield. We got Arthur, we got Rafinha, we got Coutinho that can play there, we got Rakitic, we got Busquets, we got Vidal. There's really, and Denis Suarez as well. And there really isn't any space for the guy, you know? Even I feel Valverde will prefer right now to play Roberto in that position. So right now, if we want Aleñá to continue developing, it's best for him to keep him at the B team. As soon as we get rid of some of these older players like Rakitic, like Vidal, that's when someone like Aleñá will have his chance. Why was Puig not playing? I don't really know. I don't know why Puig was not playing. I think he should have played. He's someone that was really surprised me throughout the entire season. Preseason, that is. So I feel that he needed a chance, to be honest. Like I said already at the start of the video, I was surprised that he didn't start, nor him nor Aleñá. But that's things of the game, you know? Not every single player can play every single minute. In was very boring. Should Riqui Puig could have played? Like I said already, yes. They gave away the ball way too much. Vidal makes so many tackles. For me, they shouldn't be happy with themselves. Yeah, but I think that was just a thing of the game. You know, Vidal gave tackles because, in a sense, Leonesa was also very hard hitting, and that is something that we cannot just take away from the game. Definitely, I feel that Ernesto Valverde decided to play Vidal not only because he has been doing good in the recent games, but also because he gave us that physical, you know, look into the game that previously, if we played someone like Arthur, we definitely wouldn't have had. And competing against physical third division teams is always very hard, especially if you take a look at our players. We're talking about Dembele, very skinny guy. We're talking about Juan Miranda, very skinny guy. Even the center backs that were at that moment, Cuenca and also Chumi, were also very skinny. And just before answering more of your questions, I want to talk actually about Cuenca and Chumi. I feel that those two performed really, really well. The distributing of the ball was very 0 to none. It was absolutely excellent. And it's something that I'm very happy to see because we got options as youngsters in the center back positions. I feel that one as well, Santiago Bueno, which is an Uruguayan center back, can also do good. I feel he's still playing for the reserves of the B team. I do not currently know. If any one of you know, guys, can you tell me in the comment box down below. But it was very good. I just feel that they need to improve a little bit more in the positioning and stuff like that. Very fast plays, they were cut out, but that's something that comes with age and comes with experience. But for now, they really understand the Barcelona philosophy, and I'm very happy with that. What else do we have in the chat? We got Andy saying, Henry, a player gets better. Yeah, that's a conversation between you guys. I will not get into that. We got Chat Downs. I think that's how your name's pronounced. Sorry about that if I did it wrong. Miranda just needs some game time, but I personally prefer Cucurella. The thing about Cucurella right now is he's being loaned out to SDA bar. We already know that. So Juan Miranda is the only natural left back we have as a substitute. So in that sense, I feel that we need to basically give game time to what we have. And I feel that, to be honest, I feel the ceiling of Miranda could be a little bit higher than the ceiling from Cucurella, but that's just very easy to tell right now because he's 18, Cucurella is like 21. So I'm just making things from what I know, you know. We need to still see how they progress. I want to see Riqui Puig at the start of the second leg. Yeah, Luke, I also want to see that. What do you think of Munir? Munir, I think, actually did play very good today. The runs he made were decent, but if I have to pinpoint something negative about him, it's just sometimes he stays too longer with the ball and his first touches are not as good. So whenever we need to link up play, he's not the best player to do so. To what I think of my knowledge, he would definitely be very suited in that case, but I just feel that he didn't do as good, you know? He can improve in stuff like that, but overall, what we can expect from Munir, who hasn't had much game time, was decent. Was acceptable, you know? Cucurella is more of a Barcelona left back. Miranda has no pace. He's not even built for a left back. I agree with that. He needs to put up some weight or something. Man of the match, like I said already, Silicen. But if it was to me, I would give it to one of the... I would give it basically to the manager of Cultura Leonesa, because he motivated the players to an expectation I never thought of. They gave us an amazing match. And one of those players should certainly win the man of the match, even though we won the match, you know? Sometimes we just gotta put our hands up and say, a third division team gave us a really tough time. Ahmed, Malcolm disappointing. Where is it? I lost it. Malcolm disappointing. Unfortunately, this is because of lack of game time and consistency. Don't think he'll get many more chances. And I agree completely with that. This is something that I saw from Mr. Seitan, like I always say, a Spanish YouTuber which I follow. He said that this is kind of like a fake opportunity for Malcolm. You know, he gets to play in the Copa del Rey, but then he's not going to play anymore. He's just playing because we need players to play. And that's basically what he played today. He wasn't as good. He needed to improve in that decision making. I think he was trying too hard, you know, trying too hard to impress Valverde. But in that sense, there's really not much he can do as well. If the manager doesn't have full trust in Malcolm, then there is really no way he's going to be able to succeed and get constant game time at Barcelona. Another one of you say, okay, I'm very interested to see right now what the discussion. We got Andy saying, Malcolm was quite brilliant today. He lost the ball like 3 times and ran back to retrieve it. Who else noticed that? I did notice that, but I feel that he wasn't brilliant, you know? I think he did okay. He did his job, but we just didn't have attack today. Our attack was 0-0. How was Dembele? Lenglet was a game late about scoring a goal. Yeah, he really was, because he said that he wanted to score against Real Madrid. Against his, I guess he scored to the better team wearing white, because Cultura Leonesa were much harder game than obviously Real Madrid the other day. This guy played with cojones. They play with absolute like steel balls, and that's something that Real Madrid didn't do the other day. We got Tomoya Okazaki saying, I think Malcolm had his moment this game. Some brilliant passing moments, had a chance on goal. Really good despite his 25 minutes of the game time before this game. Yeah, I see why some people may think that Malcolm had a brilliant game. I'm not saying he had a bad game either. I just feel like he had an okay game. Some of you may say brilliant. Okay, I understand. Now I know why any of them did not start except Silicen. Yeah, could have. Henry, Malcolm. I don't want to talk more about Malcolm. We've been talking Malcolm for like the last 5 minutes. Shutdowns. I can bet Valverde will hold this game over Dembele and Malcolm heads will leave them back on the bench again. Probably. That could probably happen, you know. It's something that it's really I don't know. It's not easy, you know. Copa del Rey matches are something which is just out of the spectrum. We need to see Malcolm, we need to see Dembele on proper La Liga games, on proper Champions League nights. If Vidal is playing CDM, then we literally don't have a target man. We should have bought a backup striker instead of Malcolm. I can agree with that in a sense, because Vidal, I think, is playing in a role where normally Valverde wouldn't have put him in, because Valverde wanted, as we know, attacking, forward-thinking midfielder like Paulinho. So I cannot see where you're going from. Then we have City Chuso. Dembele is not worth 160 million. Good player, but not Neymar Hazard level. Maybe. Obviously, he's not a Neymar Hazard level. Come on. Yeah, I totally agree with you. He's not in that level, but okay. Tambia Calle. Whoa. Today are so looking good again. Dembele is improving when it comes to passing, though he was losing the ball here and there. I'm happy with his play, and I hope he will keep on improving. Yeah, I do so as well. And then Hardcore Barca TV say this poor from guys from Barcelona. Yeah, it's poor from Barcelona from our expecting, you know, the goals we're expecting, but it's something that we cannot just say to an extent is kind of like it's argumented. We certainly could have expected that we weren't going to play as good because of the lack of game time of some of these players. Like Denis Suarez is the first time he has played since the preseason. Can you think about that? Imagine how much he had played. And Sergi Samper, he haven't played for like over a year, and he comes back and plays today. And obviously we are not going to have the best Barcelona team out there. And just as a side note, I gotta say that Sergi Samper, I feel very sorry about the guy. Can we get a hashtag Forza Samper on the chat, please? Because it really devastated me to see someone who comes in, works very hard to get back from his injury, gets the opportunity to start, and just gets injured again. That's just pains me to see. It breaks my heart. Hopefully he comes back stronger, and hopefully he becomes a better player. I don't think he have a future at Barcelona exactly, because he's already approaching that age when you're 23, 24. So certainly, hopefully he comes back and get a career somewhere else. And if a miracle happens, then let's have him at Barcelona. I need to start already wrapping this up, guys, because I have some other promises to make. It's Halloween and we're gonna watch, like with my flatmates, we're gonna watch like a horror marathon. So we need to do that. I'm gonna start wrapping this up. We've already been talking for a very long time. So I'm gonna read 3 more questions. I was at the cinema watching the new Halloween movie. Yeah, it's a good movie. Can I get a short summary of the vid? Nah, read the comments. I'm not gonna answer that. But Halloween is a decent movie. Who else noticed how Alenya played brilliantly? Kinda. Cultural Leonesa are from the hood. Kinda. I feel that Valverde will use many players from a starting 11 in the second leg. In today's game, we miss a player like Paco Alcácer. Yes, we did miss a player like Paco Alcácer. We need someone which is professional, someone which doesn't get enough playing time, but when always he plays good. And that was Paco Alcácer. And then finally, I'm gonna do the final one from Swam Adib Ghosh. I think that's what you say. Do you think being from South America or Spanish helps players to gel together in our attack, especially in our first team? Yes, I do think that. And I do think that backgrounds especially help in Barcelona. If you go anywhere in the world, for instance, let's take as a case study myself. I come from Peru and I moved to England. The culture is very, very different. And I've met people from England which I'm friends with, yes, but certainly someone who has your same interests, someone who speaks the same language can help you a lot. And basically, going to a football club, you can use it as going to university, because you are going to a new club where everything is new. You need to meet new players, need to make new friends. And in that, for instance, being from South America really helps, because I feel coming as a South American myself, you speaking to other Latino people helps you a lot, and you're really fond of that, you know, you really like to speak with people that speak your same language and stuff like that. So I feel that really helps. And now, just one more question is going to be, did you notice how Valverde got angry at the referee? Yes, and Valverde had a very good, interesting game, to be honest. He was very, very, like, excited and angry and frustrated. And I understand him, because the game against today was very, very frustrating. Leonesa put on 18 fouls, even more, like 20 fouls, I think, compared to Barcelona's 8. So I can see where Valverde was coming from, but at the end, certainly there's nothing we can do. So hopefully, guys, you have enjoyed this match reaction. Stay tuned in the chat here. We're going to continue chatting. I need to do something else, but I need to start wrapping this up. So just like always, guys, see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao. Bye.